to become an athlete, a collegiate athlete, getting strong enough, all the basic things. The biggest transition, I would say, was learning how to communicate. Because when you get to the college level, you're getting chewed out. Like, you got to understand what's being said and not how it's coming off. And there's a lot of life lessons being able to apply from football to everyday life, not only in the classroom, but wherever I take it. Yeah.
And then how much of an adjustment has it been to this coaching staff, this defense, and what stands out to you about what you're doing compared to what you were doing, a year ago?
I would say the coaches last year, great coaches, phenomenal, but it was very win-based, and we grew together based on the ups and downs. But with this team, the coaches bring in such a character culture, and they say character comes first, all the winning comes after, and that's different, Although both coaches are really winning coaches, all across the board, these coaches really bring in the character, what you do on and off the field, how you hold up your teammates. It's all about team, all about family. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Ethan, what's it like working with Brent Venables? What's it been like having him out there teaching?
Love him. He's a brilliant man. He's out on the field. He can see it all. He stands up there while we're running through plays, and he's pointing at D linemen, safeties, and everybody on the field, calling them out. And getting to even watch film with him. I mean, that's the kind of coach he is. He welcomes you to come in and watch film. Really just working on the finite details. That's just like character. Your character, you can't be one way one day and then different the other day. He stresses, what you do defines who you are, and on and off the field. Yeah.
You've had to grow up fast, 2 different systems in 2 years. What's it like for someone like Jaron to come in and have to learn, and you're learning with him? What's it like to see him out there?
He's picking it up quick. It's just it's a lot of fun. A lot of similar things. You start looking at all these teams, they kind of do similar things, just named differently. Of course, different schemes, different mentalities behind all football, and it's really grew my football knowledge, understanding the why of this one defense and then bringing in another defense. It's just growing my mind, and it's really been nothing but a blessing.
What's your relationship with Reggie Grimes, and how has that helped you build the leadership within that room?
So Reggie Grimes is kind of taking on that leadership role right now as one of the oldest guys in the room, and he's a great guy. First off, he's funny, and we're great guys on and off the field. He works really freaking hard, straining every single play. He's one of our better players in the room, if not the best player in the room, and just a phenomenal teammate. He's always checking up on the other DNs, whether they play defense or not. He's always checking up on people. He's always on time. He's accountable. He's truly taking on that leadership role.
Hey, Eric asked you about working with and playing for Brent.
Mm-hmm.
What about Miguel, Chavis? What's it been like getting around him? We've gotten a sense of him a little bit.
Yes.
And do you have any favorite sayings? Coming from him so far?
Drop you in the fish grease. That's the
Oh, yeah.
that's the one. That's the one. You mess up, you say, I'm gonna drop you in the fish grease. You better watch out. I love Coach Chavis. He is a great man, and he's someone to aspire to be like. Not only as a coach, like he's a friend, and he's always calling us, asking if we want to go to movies or go get film or just go hang out with the family. Had family dinners at his house 2 or 3 times already, and included us like family. The chemistry that he has with Coach Bates has been, all the coaches, the whole defensive staff and offensive staff have this chemistry that's welcoming to us as players that we're able to take and also apply to our teammates on the field. It's really cool.
When did you first realize that this was different? The way that this staff approached things, maybe versus last year, based on some of the things you said earlier.
Well, I say the very first meeting, I'm not even kidding, like we're sitting in the meeting room and Coach Venables comes in and he sets the Bible on the podium and he starts reading scripture. Not to force the Bible on us, but to apply the morals of the Bible and how the Bible, messages in the Bible unify people, make them stronger together. So even our weaknesses, we are strong. And taking that aspect and applying it to a team, that's just that character. Christianity or even the Bible is kind of a taboo thing in such a big popular sport. And he brings in and says, no, these messages in here can unify us, can bring us together, and can motivate us to really achieve something with each other.
Do you remember the verse you read the first time?
I don't remember because he's opened the Bible every single meeting, It's been great.
No problem. I just figured.
How much does that stuff that obviously brings you together on the field, but off the field as well?
So it's something I've prayed for and something I'm thankful for. But when we're on the field, putting arms around each other, praying for each other, during practice, after practice, taking life lessons from, every single team meeting we have. There's a motivational video up in there, and someone's bringing a life lesson on how to live as a better person, how to compete on a higher level, how to give all your heart to your teammates and to everybody around you. Yeah.
What about Miguel? Sort of the same thing I asked you about the coaching staff as a whole, and Brent in particular. When did you first realize, this guy's maybe wired a little bit differently?
I would say we were in doing an inside run, one of our first spring practices. I finally got pads on. We were really hitting each other, and an inside run. I remember I was ripping to a B gap, and I made this play on the running back, and I saw him sprinting across the field, high knee and just throwing his body, and he jumped up in the air, gave me a shoulder. He said, "That's what I'm freaking talking about. That's what I'm talking about," because he's honest about the details, just like I mentioned, Coach Venables. It's the character, everything. It's the details. And Coach Chavis is all about the details. What you do defines who you are, and on and off the field, not taking anything for granted, just having fun, giving it all you've got. And something he says is when you get tired, your intensity goes up, your focus goes up, and that's what's going to separate you. So that's all what we've been working on.
Since we're going to have to end here soon, he's got class at 12:30, he has to eat it too. So.
And I'm hungry.
Just real quick, it doesn't seem like there's anybody that benefited more than maybe somebody like you, just as far as the way the staff has come in, their mentality, just kind of hardcore almost to it about football, and especially being here. Is that accurate as far as that portrayal, that it seems like everything lines up with what you want to do?
Yeah, I'd say anybody that really wants to be successful, they would be thankful for these coaches, because that's what they do, is they have such a high standard, and they apply a standard that's almost biblically based, just like we all try to achieve that standard on a biblical level. And it's like we can never get there. We're never going to be good enough. And that's kind of the point, is we're not going to be perfect. But to pursue that is going to bring us together to grow and to define us, mature us, and just to excel to another level. Yeah, these coaches are all about grit, all about heart, all about putting your mind to it. They just said today, Coach Venables just said today, he said, you can't speak yourself into being a great football player. Whether that's trash talk or you can't speak yourself into it, you have to perform it. You have to work at it. So talking about the grit, just the grime, the game. I'll hit you with this. He said in a team meeting one time, talking about soft serve and getting gritty. He said it's so easy to get a little waffle cone, go up to a soft serve machine and just get your little soft serve ice cream, right on the top. He said, but it takes some grit to get a spoon and get in that bucket of ice and just get in there, get in that ice cream, get that mint chocolate chip or get that in there. And it's something silly stuff, talking about getting that grit and grinding it out to earn it, to enjoy it. So silly things like that we're able to take and just hold on to, apply to the field. And it's really reviving, motivating. Yeah.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.